WildChild has arrived at anchor in, where are we? Sunny Bay, Vieques. And the answer is, welcome to tropical paradise. It's the end of November of 2019. The girls of WildChild have just jumped across from the mainland Puerto Rico over to the little island of Vieques. We just do a quick overnight stop in Punta Boca. We have to make our way over to Esperanza Bay, but the word is it's super high crime. On the way into the anchorage, Elena and I are debating. She really wants to go see the Bio Luminescent Bay at any and all cost, and she doesn't care. I'm the captain of the vessel. I own all this stuff. It's all my money. If it gets stolen, she's not going to pay to replace anything. It's going to be on me. I'd rather skip it. I'm not that interested in Bio Bay. But Elena tends to get what Elena wants. The decision is made. Early the next morning, we're going to lift the anchor, and we're going to go for Esperanza Bay. The next morning we wake up, raise the sails, and set out again, fighting against the trade winds. I would have rather have rested in Punta Boca for a few days and enjoyed the beaches, but Princess Elena demands that we go. According to Captain Lexi, sporty sailing begins at 20 knots of wind. You can see this is not even sporty sailing. We have less than 20 knots of wind. The conditions are not bad, but we're smashing directly into it again. I had heard that morning from other sailors that instead of going into Esperanza Bay, the high crime area, we could anchor a little bit to the east in Sun Bay. The crime isn't supposed to be quite as high there. Princess Elena takes her usual sailing position, refuses to talk to me, and makes me do all the work. I have been living on the ocean for a long time. I'm really quite lonely inside. Probably the ocean's loneliest girl. The problem is my crewmate Elena is bipolar. And ever since the United States government told her that she needed a visa, it's put her into some weird kind of depression. Her dark side is out more often than her light side. She's constantly sleeping, extremely moody, and just very difficult to deal with. I am left alone at the helm, day after day on the ocean, with nothing but my thoughts. I'm lonely. I'd like someone to share the adventure with. I'd like somebody to talk to. I have somebody on board as crew, but she just refuses. She's swallowed up in her own mental illness. If you are sitting at home watching YouTube videos about sailing, you probably have romantic ideas about the ocean. I've been out here a long time, and my ideas of the ocean are a little different. The ocean is relentless, vast, demanding, unforgiving, and a very lonely place. After sailing alone all day at the helm, I eventually start pulling WildChild into Sun Bay. WildChild has arrived at anchor in, where are we? Sunny Bay, Vieques, Puerto Rico, near Espinoza or something. We met some sailors this morning that are anchored near us, and I went over and talked to them, and they said, yeah, there's really high crime around the corner at the main city anchorage, but that this one, they said, was like the perfect sort of tropical beachy sort of anchorage, it would be quieter, protected, and far less likely to have dinghy thefts. So of course, pulling in, Lexi being Canadian and madly in love with Canada, I couldn't help but notice on the neighbor boat beside us is flying a beautiful Canadian flag. And as soon as we landed, we got a call on the VHF. They saw the name of our boat and invited us over for drinks, for sundowners and conversation. So it's about 5 o'clock now. We just got in. That 6-mile sail, or that was a 9-mile sail that turned into 14 miles and took 4 hours. I am definitely the head chicken in charge. We're in a very high crime area, and suddenly I spot this local boat coming in, perusing the anchorage. I'm really worried that they're sizing us up, looking to see what there is to steal, checking out the new boats.
Okay, recording.
And the answer is, welcome to tropical paradise. Okay, cut. That dinghy's coming. Clearly I'm nervous and insecure. I don't trust anybody. This place has a bad vibe and I think I just want out. But I get that most people are good. So we are anchored in Sun Bay and we made friends with the Canadian catamaran beside us, and we're gonna dinghy in the dark. There's no moon now, and beside us is Mosquito Bay, which is supposed to be one of the best bioluminescent bays in the world. I don't know. So we're gonna go dinghy over with our new friends, and we're gonna go walk down the road and go see Mosquito Bay. It's dark out, so I don't know if I can get video for you guys, but I'll do my best. With the other Canadian boat, we agree that we're going to keep one group in the dinghy, patrolling the bay and watching the yachts, while the other 2 couples walk across, inflate the kayak, and go explore Bio Bay, and then come back and relieve the watchers. We don't want to leave our boats unattended.
It's recording.
So, we've landed in Sunny Bay in Vieques, and we're going to go for a walk in the dark. Our friends on the other Canadian boat have an inflatable kayak, a 2-person kayak with paddles. So we figure what we're going to do is we're going to walk about a mile down the road in the dark, and then we're going to inflate the 2-person kayak, do a little paddle around the bioluminescent bay to check it out. It's dark, and I'm not sure how much I can show you or tell you, but at the very least, there will be a vlog. It was a perfect moonless night for going to see the bioluminescence, and we were in good company with our Canadian friends as we made the walk across. The tour operators charge $80 per person to rent one of their canoes or kayaks for an hour. I was very grateful our friends had one we could use for free. So we get there, we all work together and set the kayak up, and we take turns paddling out in the bay. So paddle a little bit? I am obviously way too poor to be able to afford camera equipment fancy enough to be able to film bioluminescence in the dark. But it was pretty cool. Just aim it back. Okay. Right? Because you're kind of shooting, go down a little bit.
Okay. Like this.
So we're in Bioluminescence Bay in an inflatable kayak, and we're going to go see the world's best bioluminescence.